Hello there, this is Rahm Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Always a decent woman checking for you. Now, this is something mainly for the fellas, but something that the ladies can chime in on, And this topic was suggested to me by one of my commenters, Larry Michael. So shout yourself out in the comments, brother. Anyway, look, let me share a story with you. Let Uncle Rahm share a story with you, okay? Let's do this, right? And speaking of Uncle Rahm, Uncle Scooter might make an appearance soon. Yeah, Uncle Scooter might make an appearance, all right? So, anyway, right? Check it out, right? I remember when I used to hang out at clubs when I was younger. And anybody who's read Nice Guys and Players know I referred to this guy named Jim, And he's a real dude. He's a real dude. For those who read it, though, he did want people to know he's not an alcoholic who gives good advice. Because he read that and he said, Romuald, because, well, he's one of the few people that call me by my full name. He said, Romuald, you have people thinking I'm an alcoholic giving advice. That's the worst type of advice to take from an alcoholic. Yeah, but I looked at him and said, well, dude, it was kind of funny, but, just to be clear, he couldn't hold his alcohol anyway. One time we got him drunk as kids and stuff and just propped him up on his door. So, his mom wanted to whip our asses. Anyway, right? I was at a club with dude, right? And I was a little bit more aggressive when I was younger, Even though it was like one of those things, you knew what to do and people told you what to do, let women choose you and all that stuff. But, when you got all that energy when you young, and fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like the wind blowing, you got a hard on. It's like you be bumping into stuff. You don't got any sense. You just going. All right. But he pointed out something to me. He said, you know what? You'll go to a club. You see that woman over there. You'll go over there, try to talk to her, dance, and, she ain't feeling you or she reject you. Then, you get down a little bit. Now, he was talking about me now. He was giving me some constructive criticism. But you didn't notice those 3 other women checking you out who were just as fine. And I was like, dang. And, I learned lessons. Reason why I can talk about so many things with regard to relationships, I just trial and error. I just learn stuff. And, when somebody take me to the side, pull my coat and say, hey, you know what, this is what you doing? I learn from it. Even learn from women and stuff. Because, real quick story. I remember I got in the habit of going up to a woman and, well, girl, because I was still a teenager, and just give her my phone number and then walk away. And, you get different reactions and stuff. But one sister, she was pretty fine. She said, hold up, baby. Hold up. Baby, you can't be doing something like that. First of all, it might impress your friends and stuff, but you know what? You got to approach me right. She was like, look, you kind of cute. You don't need to do all that. It's like, just come up, talk to me, if it go there, I'll give you my phone. I'll give you my phone number. And I was like, oh, okay. But that's a tangent for now. But check it out, though. A lot of fellas, when they're told that women choose the man, they have problems with it. And they feel like, oh, it's just going to be ugly women who choose me or fat women or whatever. And look, I'm going to keep it 100. It might not be a dime who checks for you, but it'll still be a decent woman because, well, first of all, dimes are rare any damn way, so don't look for it. You want to have a decent looking woman and all of that. I mean, good looking woman, be nice, but don't look for it. But then at the same time, dimes have their preferences too, and you could be their preference. I've heard guys, and even guys who might be considered more on the nerdy side, more the classic man type, they've had most of them had at least one very beautiful woman who was checking for them. And that's because a lot of these dimes, they undercover nerdy anyway. But that's a whole other conversation. But even if it's not a dime, it's usually like a decent women. Look, I know, a lot of fellas, they think it's, pretty much just busted women and fine women, or if the woman fine, she got issues and or kids. But there's a lot of decent women. They checking out. Like, they probably checked you out for a while. And you might not think you had much going on for you, but it's something about you that she like. And it can range from anything. I mean, shoot. All imprints in a woman aren't bad. And that's one thing I really need to clear. I probably need to do yet another imprint video on that, but it's not always bad. I know some women, they've been imprinted by like decent guys, and like, guys who got something going on, responsible guys. Because some women or girls, and they actually are in relationships. Usually come from good families, so they mess with decent guys. You might fit that bill. You never know. Sometimes as men, we got to get out the idea that a woman is automatically going to choose a man other than ourselves. So at the deepest level, you got to, as a man, you have to realize that you have something going for yourself. Now, I want to, especially a lot of guys who listen to my stuff and are generally non-select. Generally. There's still some woman that you're select for. Every man is a Mr. Goodbar to some woman. And a decent woman at that. Yeah, maybe, decent women. I was going to say maybe some busted women checking. But if you really think about it, though, and yeah, this is another video. I know I always say that, but it's like I come up with ideas during the videos and whatnot. But a lot of times, like a woman who's like maybe above average will probably treat you better than a busted woman. A lot of busted women got some issues and stuff. A lot of dudes think they easy or whatever. And, for certain dudes they can be, but, if she see you as non-select, she'll be harder on you than a dime would. But just know, you worked hard, you did your stuff. It ain't like you butt ugly or anything. Hopefully, anyway. Somebody checking for you. And one of the things a man has to do is, one, value himself, know what his value is. It's like, hold up. This is what I got going on. If you're in decent shape, shoot, you steadily employed. And I know some people will say, well, hey, he's supposed to be steadily employed and stuff. But no. In this day and age, if you had the discipline to stay with something, that's still good. And it's something you can build off of. You can build your confidence off of. You drug and disease free. Shoot. Got your own spot. May seem like small things, but shoot, depending on where you at, those are very valuable things. And is a sense of, look, you know what, whatever you got, you accomplish. So, or just on that alone, you got to value that. And once you really think about it, you got to realize, if you value it, a very attractive woman, decent woman, whatever, in that range, will probably value it too. Because this is something I've seen a lot. Because yeah, I'm talking about all the select and non-select stuff. But like I said, I don't care who the guy is. There's somebody who was checking for him. But sometimes, as I illustrated in that story I shared earlier, sometimes you're so busy looking at one woman, you ignoring the rest. That's why sometimes I say, a man doesn't always need game. He just needs to pay attention. Because, and if a man just get in the habit, like one of the things in my book, Meeting Attractive Women, I give an exercise about like maybe going into a club or something, or wherever there's a group of women just chilling out. Because that's something I always did. If there was a group of women anywhere, I never went for the first one. Because I learned that lesson when I was young. Had to beat it in me a couple times, but I still learned it. You go a place there's a bunch of women, sit back and chill. Even if you get there early, sit back and chill. Like remember last time, it was been a few years since I was sat on a relationship panel, right? You know, and I'll sit back and watch the dynamics. Now, I thought about it. Well, what if I'm not on this panel? In fact, I think I was someplace. I was just selling books. So I was just sitting back just watching stuff, right? And sometimes you get some guys, they just jump in. But I'm like, nah. You know, you go any place there's a bunch of women, sit back. There's one, the finest women, the top shelf women. You know, they gotta make an entrance. So they ain't gonna be there right away. They gotta make sure they gotta make an entrance and stuff. You know, that's one thing. You know, that's why that's why no party start on time. And I know about that CP time. So, you know, everybody gotta make an entrance. So usually you go to something, just sit back and wait, right? And just value yourself, right? You know, somebody will check for you. Even if you got competition. Let me share one more little story, right? I think I already shared this in a video somewhere. Like I said, I got about 1,001 platforms and whatnot. So sometimes I don't remember what I said where, right? But check it out. I went to this party, right? Like years ago, I was early 20s and about mid 20s, right? And I remember it was like 9 fine ass sisters. I mean, good lord, good gracious, some 9. That's all it was, 9 fine sisters, 20 dudes, right? But because I understood just to like sit back and see who checking for me, you know, most of the time I had like maybe 2 women dancing with me at the same time, sandwiching a brother, rubbing their breast up on a brother's back and all that, and, you know, waving their butt all up in the air. That's because, you know, I just sat back and I said, hold up. Yeah, you got these 19 other dudes here, but, you know, I just realized, hey, women shoes, they were checking for me. Shoot, including one I was surprised about. I didn't know she was looking at me like that. I was like, good lord. Yeah, well, I found out later she was. Yeah. But yeah, just understand that, fellas. I don't care what y'all think like is really going on, or that, you know, these fine women ain't going. Nah, there's somebody checking for you. You know, just keep an eye out for it. You know, the thing is, ultimately, you just still, in the meantime, it's not about really looking for that woman, but just working on yourself. Not necessarily your game, but just working on yourself. What's your plan in life? You know, you working on your body, you working on your economic thing, you working on your purpose. You know, that's the thing. Develop your life. You know, because then women in their nature, they always checking for a man. Always. So if they see you doing your thing, and trust me, they do check you out on that deep level. They see you doing your thing, and they feeling it. They'll want to be a part of it. So they'll start throwing the signals your way. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Uncle Rahm out. Peace.